Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Cassie if you are new here, but it looks like we have a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. Let's say hello. Hello James and welcome back. I am happy that you're back. Hello Mayhem. Hi Mick and Candy. Hi Tristan. Hey Melissa. Hi Deanna and Donna and Mary Wilson. Hello Carol and PJB. Barbara. Awesome. So happy to have everybody here, or happy Friday for sure. I'm super excited. We're going to go ahead and get started with some cards I received this week. I got several cards and I'm so excited to share them with you because they're all, hi Kim. They're all just, every time I get cards, y'all blow me away. So let's start with this one. This one is from Tracy. Check out how cute that is. Oh my gosh. There's tiny little clay shamrocks, and we even have a little ladybug on the hat. It's those details, I'm telling you. We're proceeding with the purchase. All right, good job, Pam. Okay, good. Hi, Nancy. Sunny Gainesville, yes. But isn't that cute? And I love the gold paper that she used with that. That's darling. So we've got that one. All right, our next one comes from Sue in Canada. Check it out. Y'all should recognize that one. That is the Pink and Main. So pretty. I love how she colored the flowers. Looks like she used some alcohol markers with that. Very, very pretty. Great combo. Next, we have one from our own Mayhem. We've got Tara here. Look at that. Is that not super cute? With the tiny little flowers. Oh my gosh. And you made a little wreath. Even the little door handle is gold. It's just precious. I love that. And is that from Honeybee Stamps? Because that is darling. So cute. Hey, kitty. Yeah, Tristan, you should have sent me something. I'm just kidding. You know you could. Hi, Barbara. And Dawn and Tammy. And this one is from Pauline in the Netherlands. Check it out. It's got this beautiful butterfly on there, and just look at the details. Oh my gosh, there's like paste in the background. Beautiful mixed media stuff going on here with string and pearls and all the pretty stuff. So I love it. I always feel so loved, like I know y'all do when a card comes, right? I'm not talking about from me, but from anybody. Like even if it is just a note, like a handwritten anything, it's always better than getting a bill in the mail, right? So this just made me so happy opening all of these. I know, super talented viewers, Melissa. Y'all are included in that. I know it. So, because I've seen, even if I haven't gotten a card from y'all, I have seen what you do on social media, and you all are super talented. So we're going to set these off to the side, but thank you all. I always love getting cards. Who doesn't, right? I know, they're gorgeous. Okay. So as I said in the description, we are going to be doing a little painting with Distress Oxides, and we're going to jazz it up using some Prismacolors. Very talented people, Mary, absolutely. I know, Happy Mail is the best. Like I said, even if it's just a note, like doesn't even have to be a handmade card, just a note. Anything with somebody's handwriting on it always makes me, you know, unless they're like, you know, I guess, telling me I owe them money. Okay, so here are some of the products. I have almost everything linked down below. You know, when it comes to these Friday lives, I want y'all to just grab what you have and play along with me. And so that's kind of what I do. I grab what I have. Sometimes stuff is available, sometimes it's not. If I find it, I can. This stamp set is available. The die isn't for some reason. I don't know why the die isn't available, but I do link a different type of tulip. Well, you're welcome, Pam, because you're going to enjoy making those. Those are so much fun, and I love sending those because usually the person's like just blown away. And it wasn't hard to do, so, you know. Hey, Terry, New Hampshire. But I do have a stamp set linked down below that is sort of similar, at least the same kind of style. It is Tulips. I think it's a Mother's Day set from Simon Says Stamp. But it does have a stamp and it has a die. But the stamp's available, the die is not. Obviously this one's fairly easy to cut out, but the thing I like about this one is it does cut out these tiny little pieces in there. So, and this one is called the Sketch Tulip Bouquet. I used the Modern Embossed A7 because we're going to make an A7 card today. And then this paper, I couldn't find this paper. It is a specialty paper. Oh, look, we've got that light coming in. That's going to bug me. So, pardon me. Let's see if we can cover that up a little bit. We're going to do our best. Our makeshift cover up. That sort of worked. I think we got to go a little higher. All right, that worked. The things we do, right? Okay, back to it. This paper, I could not find it. It's just a specialty paper from Tonic. I love their specialty papers. I usually try to grab them when they're on sale because it comes with 5 sheets. They're big. I usually like to make my envelopes out of them. So there you go. But I couldn't find that one. There's all kinds of similar stuff though. All right, so let's talk about what I cut out with that. Okay, don't want to give it all away yet. All right, so what I did, because it's a specialty paper, I wanted a piece of it in the background, and I'd use the layer. I used not the biggest layer, it was the second biggest, I believe. Let me just pull it out and I can show you. And then I wanted to not use the whole piece because this is going to get covered up. You have the stamp and die. Awesome, Candy. Yay. Oh, good. Yay. You like the bigger cards, Barbara? I'm enjoying those. Every once in a while, I like the smaller ones because sometimes I don't have a lot to say in a card. So, all right. But I do love this die. This is from Trinity Stamps. No, I did use the biggest one. So I used the biggest die. So this will cover the full. This is a 5x7 card. And then I went ahead and cut out the middle. I'm going to save this for another card because this was just going to be a backing piece. I didn't want to use the whole. It's too pretty to have it all, you know, covered up. So I'm saving this piece for a whole nother card. And then here I have the border. I'm going to save that. That's going to go on the top of my card. And then I went ahead and already die cut out of some 140-pound watercolor paper. This is going to go on top. So you'll see how that's going to layer on top of there. And then no one knows that I didn't use like a full sheet of that cardstock. So I like this whole thought process. It saves the paper and I can use that for something else. But this is going to be our background. And like I always say, I love, sorry, that light. Anyway, it gives this nice embossed edge. That is going to drive me absolutely batty, but we'll figure it out. So it's got that nice embossed edge. That's why I really like this die. So that's what I did with it. We'll set that off to the side because we're done with it for now. And then we don't need these just yet. What we are going to do is I have another scrap of the watercolor cardstock. And we are going to stamp our tulip on there. Oh, thanks, Tristan. You're so sweet. Oh, thanks, Terry. Thank you. I got a little wild with them. Okay, so let me pull in my Misty because I want to make sure that I have this stamped right. So there's a couple sides to your watercolor paper. You usually have a smooth side and you have a textured side. I always love the textured side. It's just who I am. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in there. And I'll pull out my stamp. And just stick it on there because we're going to die cut it out, so it really does not matter. Close the door. And then I'm going to just make sure that's down in the corner. I'll use my anti-static powder tool. Now, I do have it linked down below. I think it's still out of stock over at Tailored Expressions. Seems like everybody's having a hard time keeping things in stock these days or getting restocked on stuff. And then I am going to use some Ink on 3 Juicy Embossing ink because I want to use this embossing powder. Now, this embossing powder is like it's called Teal Luster. You cannot buy it separate. It comes, I think, in a trio, but check your stash. I'm sure y'all have plenty of really cool embossing powders that you could use, but I'll show you how that works. So let's ink this up. All right, so what is everybody doing this weekend? Anything fun and exciting gonna be happening? I love hearing what y'all are doing. I know a lot of times it involves crafting, which is awesome. Tristan's usually off and enjoying some part of Maryland or, you know, discovering something new. So I'm sure he'll have something to share with us. I'm going to ink it up twice just to make sure. Close that down. Okay, and then let's pull that out. I have a coffee filter. So we'll use our coffee filter. And then because this is the type of embossing powder that it is, I just like to shake it up, kind of get those bits, because sometimes the bigger pieces can settle at the bottom. You're going to DC for the Cherry Blossom Festival. I knew you'd be doing something cool, Tristan. Good for you. How fun. Okay. And then I'll carefully try to funnel that onto our coffee filter. All right, and then so I don't dump this because I'm live and you know what would happen. I'm going to put that back in the best I can. And that's going to stick a good amount. So we'll just set that down here. Close it up. All right, so while I'm heat embossing this, let's read what everybody's up to. It'll be the third time I've been, but they were always before I started. Okay. I will have my 4-year-old granddaughter and 2 of my granddogs for the weekend. How fun, Kim. You have a 4-couple. Oh, how fun. I love game nights, Kitty. Oh my gosh. You won a prize from Happy Doodle and can't wait to play. Candy, congrats. What'd you win? Oh, fun, Pam. Looking at land to build. Terry, how exciting. Oh my gosh, I will live vicariously through you. I want land. I want land because I want all of my family to move onto it. You've got 20 bucks and playing poker. All right, Mick, I hope you win it all tonight. Never exciting here, at least until the rest of the snow goes away, so it's a long date with my crap. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Dawn. Oh, how fun. Yep, I love it. So tomorrow we're going to go over to our daughter and son-in-law's. Since James is back from his 2-week work thingy. And the kids are missing him, so we're going to head over there and we're actually going to have charcuterie and we're going to play games and just hang out with them, and it should be a lot of fun. So, you know, it's tough. They're college students and they work a lot. So, you know, when they have free time, we try to get as much time with them as possible. So the little machine. Candy, you won. Oh, good for you. You're gonna have you played with it at all? Because you're gonna love it. You are gonna love it if you have not played with it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's set these off to the side, and then let's get to watercoloring. So I'm going to watercolor with my Distress Oxides. I want to show you what this actually looks like, though, without that light being in the way. So it's hard to see it, but there are tiny little flecks of teal in there, which I thought would really add to that dark green. And I'm going to play off of that by some of the colors that I've picked to watercolor with. I'm hoping to buy tickets to visit y'all next month. That'll be awesome, Tristan. I know, I love charcuterie, Dawn. I'm so excited. Family time is always a wonderful way. It is. You're not kidding. Family, friends that you call family, all of that. I just, yeah, all about it. Okay, so I'm going to use just a paintbrush that I have, and I'm going to do I'm sure a lot of you have already done Distress Oxides, but we're going to start with our brand new Saltwater Taffy. This is the new color from Tim Holtz. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Probably not too crazy. And I'm just going to spray some water on my glass mat, and then a tiny bit on here. And I'm going to start by putting water on my tulips, just putting a little wash of water on the tulips. So that way when I put the color on, it'll spread a little easier. It's sitting square. You got to play, Candy. You have got to play. Girls were small. You called them monkey platters. Oh, so you've been doing them a long time. How fun. While James was gone, I did a lot of charcuterie for myself. He always has to tell me. So he says he's afraid I won't eat. I eat. I just don't eat well when he's not here. And because I don't want to cook for one person. Like, I did make a corned beef, and cabbage meal for St. Patrick's Day and ate off of that for 3 days. But, then that gets boring after a while. So it was still very good, but... All right, so I'm just kind of slapping down that color and not really worried about adding too much depth, because we're going to do that with our Prismacolor pencils. All right, so I'm going to pick that up, clean off my brush in that water, and then we'll clean all this up. I need to spray that a little more. I'm sure most of y'all have probably colored with the Distress Oxides or painted with them. It's fun. Makes it chalky. You live in a city now and want to... Yep, I don't blame you, Terry. James is taking me out to dinner tonight. I am very excited. It should be a lot of fun. Have a little date night. So I've got Rustic Wilderness. This is one of the not so new anymore. But all these are Distress Oxides. And then I've got Cracked Pistachio, just because I thought that would kind of play with the little teal bits that were in my embossing powder. So once again, we're going to put down some color. Or water, I mean. Hi, Mama Cindy. Welcome. You sound like my mom who would have cereal for dinner. Yeah, well, I did. I did, Tristan. I'm not proud of it, but I did. Definitely had my fair share of cereal this week. So, and I know it's not the best, but I don't enjoy cooking just for myself. Or I'll eat eggs. I eat a lot of eggs. I just discovered that I don't enjoy empty nesting if Jim's not here. James isn't here. So, all right. And what I noticed about these Distress Oxides, some of them anyway, like when they kind of separate, they have different color in them. So like once this dries, there might be more yellow bits in it, which I think is so cool. Okay. So then I'm going to add some of that water to our Rustic Wilderness, and we're just going to add that down at the bottom, and it'll kind of bleed into the rest of what we got going on. But again, I'm going to add some different color with my Prismacolors. So I'm not too worried about how that will translate right at this moment. Okay, so I kind of like that. That looks good. It's snowing, Candy. Oh, no. That sounds no. Nope. I'm over that now. I'm ready for spring. I have tulip stamps here, all right? Ooh, Marie, you just ordered it? Yeah, I think it is so pretty. I have it in the Distress Oxide spray, the regular ink pad, and also the Distress Oxide ink pad. So me too. I turned my corned beef dinner into a hash. Oh, yummy, Dawn. Chopped beets. Oh, I've never done that. Red flannel hash. Oh, that sounds interesting. So I just ate it like it is. I wanted to make like Reubens, but I can't eat rye bread, so I was going to just use the cabbage leaves, which isn't quite as fun, but oh my gosh, I love me a Reuben. So I'm just going to heat this a little bit because I did put down water. Just a little bit. And then we'll bring in our colored pencils. So I made sure that they were fairly sharp, and I picked 3 colors for my tulip itself. So I'm going to start with the darkest color. All right, need to get groceries or else you'll eat it. Oh, yes, Tristan. Go get your groceries, kiddo. Thanks for hanging out. It's always good to see you. But I'm going to just start by adding a little bit of color where I think that, as I always say, where I think the shadowing and shading might look good. Clearly, I never have any rhyme or reason to where I put it, because sometimes it doesn't make sense, I'm sure of that. But we're having fun, right? It's our project. We color how we want, where we want. So there we go. And then I'll just go ahead and put that down for all of the colors. And it's interesting when you do this with Prismacolor over the top of this Distress ink. I've put down that first color, and it just looks like I've colored over the top with a crayon or a pencil, and which I don't necessarily love this look, but it will get better as we add our other colors. So I highly recommend, if you're going to do it, that you add more than one color. So then I'll come in with this next darkest color, which is just a pink. This first one was carmine red, and then we have pink. Yes, enjoy the cherry blossoms, Tristan. Oh, prom dress shopping. All right, Mayhem. Yes, your card. Mayhem in case y'all don't know, is Tara, who made the beautiful house card. So, so pretty. Golly. Like I said, y'all are super talented. Like, I'm on here doing this, and I realize it's less for teaching and more for just hanging out with y'all, because y'all know what you're doing. You don't need me. You don't need me. All right, so I'm just kind of blending that color, getting it a little bit lighter, and I am going light-handed, so that is definitely the key here, light-handed. Enjoying seeing videos on Distress Oxides. All right, I'm getting ready to buy a bunch of them. Ooh, good for you, Mama. Yes, I love Distress Oxides. There are so many great uses for them. They're wonderful. You're going to love them. Hello, Natalie from Los Angeles. Oh, you're working. You started a reading journal, channeling my inner Cassie when I was coloring one of the images. It turned... Oh, I love it, Carol. Send me, take a picture. Send it to me. I would love to see it. You're not supposed to have gluten either. Try to avoid bread. Yes. Yep. Lettuce wraps. A lot of lettuce wraps. Hey, Laura. I have had a good week. It's better now that James is home. I know that sounds so... But just things go better. Like, I was on my stationary bike the other day. I thought I put it on nice and tight, and I was on, and don't laugh at me, I was on an hour-long ride, and it broke halfway through. The seat, started teetering, so I had to stand for the last, 30 minutes. I can't believe it. Anyway, thankfully he came back and he fixed it, so I can go back and start riding again tomorrow, but... I was so bad. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And of course it was the beginning of the day, which just set the tone for the day. You know how that is, right? Anyway. All right, so I'm just going over that, and see how adding that lightest color of pink, because it matches that Saltwater Taffy pretty well, it just blends it in so nicely, and it adds, it takes away some of that pencil line that we have here at the bottom. Because remember, I kept nice and light-handed. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with that pink, so I'm going to put the pinks away, and then I'll bring in just 2 greens, and we're going to do the same process. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, mayhem. Posted pics of my first 2 layouts. Oh, all right, I'll go check it out, Carol. Oh, you could tell, Kitty. I know, I am not good at hiding my facial expressions. Ask anybody. So my face says it all. If I didn't say it out loud, my face definitely will say it. But I will have to say, and one of my friends had asked, you were so emotional. Is everything okay? And I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but just seeing how y'all support each other on here, or seeing some of the same faces on here, I say it every week, you just don't know what it does for me. Because I learned recently in a workshop that I did that I am definitely more about having deep relationships with people. So it isn't more about having lots of relationships for me. It's about the deepness of those relationships, and how, the connection of it, if that makes any sense. So that's just my personality. It doesn't make any other way wrong, but that's just my personality. So when I see repeat faces, or somebody reaches out and shows me something they've been working on, because it just makes me so happy to be able to spend time with y'all and learn with and teach and whatnot, because I do love this community so much. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. We are a community, Melissa. No, I mean, totally a community, and I love it. So, okay, so I'm going to stop there. I really like that. Let's zoom out now. And I'm going to bring in the dye. And then we're just going to tack that down. Oh, I know. I don't know if it's spring mayhem, but I am loving the florals as well. It's probably why I've been doing so much more watercolor I love doing it with my alcohol markers also. Love alcohol markers, but playing with my pencils and my watercolors has just been like making me happy. So let's put this through our die cutting machine. And I'll tell you, I've been using this sandwich through my Gemini the way others have said, and it really does work. I haven't had any warping, and you can tell I'm obviously doing plenty of cutting using those double-sided cutting mats. So I just kind of flip them around from time to time, but I haven't had any issues with warping since I've been doing that. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Way more than y'all could ever appreciate me, that's for sure. Thanks, Mary. That's the way you are too, Barbara? Yep. I'm all about those relationships. Okay, so hopefully I cut it out correctly. After you do all that coloring, the last thing you want is for it to not turn out. Okay, and it did come out. So let's just turn that. Okay, and I don't need that anymore, so we'll turn that off. All right. And so what I did, I actually had two already. You did a card on an acetate base today instead of cardstock. Ooh, Melissa. I like that. Love florals. It's like, yeah, I know. Although I saw on, I want to say, was it Handmade Kindness? Melissa. Jennifer McGuire's page on Facebook that somebody had posted that they'd made it for their dad, a floral card, and he loved it. So, of course. Hey, Poppy. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Okay. So, let's start building this up. Since I have 3 of them on there. I thought 3 would be good. Lots and lots of tulips. What I kind of wanted to do is I want to go around the edge. I've got this really cool glitter pen, glitter marker, and I kind of want to go around the edge, but I don't know. So I practiced earlier doing this around the edge. I think that might be nice. It's nice and subtle. It's called Peppermint Cream. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to do it. And we'll do that with our tea ruler, just to make sure we aren't going crazy. And what I'm going to try to do so I keep the margin the same is that I'm going to line up the edge right along the edge of where these lines are, if that makes any sense. So I'll hold that in place. And then we'll just go all the way around doing it that way. Okay. All right. So this will just add another little border. There we go. And then I'll show you that. I'll show you what that looks like. So it's just a nice little green border and it's glittery. And then we can put our tulips on there. Okay, I kind of like that. All right, and then for our sentiment, since I'm not going to put anything down yet, I have some heavyweight vellum. I was thinking what I would do is put my sentiment across that in black. So the stamp is called Sketch Tulip Bouquet. Now, the stamp itself is still available, Tara, but the die, I couldn't find it. So I did put an alternative. It's very similar. It's just more of a corner of tulips, which I thought was really pretty too. Card making has grown so much in the last... Yes, it has. There's so many amazing techniques out there. Yeah, Natalie, I don't know what I'd do without my tea ruler. No kidding. Yep. Hey, Bonnie, welcome. Thanks, Laura. Ugh. Snow. I can't believe y'all are still getting snow. Oh, I guess I still need the stamp because I need the sentiment. And I'm thinking I'm going to put spring greetings because I want to send this to one of y'all. So I think that might be kind of fun. All right, I'll start with this one. Do I want to emboss it? Maybe that would be best. So let's do that. And I'm going to pull out, do we want a black embossing powder? Let's do the Raven embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. I don't have any of this linked down below because this is a fly by the seat of your pants thing right now. Yeah, a tea ruler, those are great, Mama. You can obviously get one on Amazon, but you can get them, I think you could probably even get one at Walmart, to be honest with you. So, I love it. Yeah, Deanna, I hear you. Sometimes it is, I was thinking, okay, I'm doing this on camera. This could be really, really ugly. That line might not turn out okay, and then I'll have to recut. Sometimes I take those risks. We might get more of that off. Oh no, are you kidding, Marie? That sounds awful. I mean, at the beginning, we all want the snow, and then we're like, okay, we're done. No more snow. Yes, tulips and sunshine. Oh my gosh. You can't cut straight on a paper. Well, I have my moments too. Don't feel bad, Natalie. Okay. All right, so let's stamp spring. And then I am going to go ahead and cover that with our Raven embossing powder real quick. This is just a fine detail black embossing powder. And I think I heard that Brutus Monroe is now available at scrapbook.com as well. So there's options. Okay. And then let's see, will it fit? Oh, it will. I like that. So we're just going to stamp it, pardon my head if that was in the way. So let's cover that again. And I'm only doing that because vellum is, if you haven't used it before, which I'm sure most of you have, it is a little bit slick. It's kind of a slick paper, and so any type of stamping that you do on it, ooh, I almost dumped that. Any type of stamping that you do on it can wipe away because it's not necessarily a porous surface. So, all right. So let's cover up things before it gets a little crazy around here. And then now we'll heat set that. Now this is vellum, so I'm going to keep that moving. And go quickly because it will heat up quickly. Okay. I did get a little bit of after on top, but that's not going to bug me too much. Okay. Knee deep in mud. No. Sorry. A 2-pack, Michelle. That's good because I lose things. Hi, Thea. No, you're great. Welcome. Sheila, hello. Never want snow. Oh, sunny California. No, the Ink and Garden spot. What's going on? You did make it. All right, so let me cut this down now. I just want to make sure I was catching up on the y'all's chatter. It's obviously one of my favorite parts of being here with y'all. Okay, so let's trim this down. Just going to use my guillotine trimmer. Try and make it as straight as possible. And then, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to wrap it around. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's start gluing stuff down. And I'm just going to use my Barely Art glue. I was thinking about popping the other tulips up, and I don't know if I want to do that now. Because I want to send this, obviously, through the mail. Okay. All right. I love that embossing powder. I am sure y'all in your stash have some different, because originally I was going to do it in black, but I'm glad I didn't do it in black. I like this a lot. Okay. I sometimes just get in that rut of doing the same thing, and I don't want to do that. You know what? Actually, you know what? Okay, I do want this popped down, or, you know, with glue at the bottom, but let's use some foam squares. Like how I think on the fly like that. Okay, so we need one there. We need one here. I take risks like no one should. Okay, so you can glue it down at the bottom, and that way it'll keep it nice and flat, but yeah, we're going to do that. We'll do that with the other one too. Okay, there we go. So that's popped up a little bit there, but it's glued down at the bottom. So we'll do the same thing here. I love all the chatter that y'all have going on. We had some storm. Well, we were on the cusp of some of the storms that were happening around us, but all that happened in Huntsville, and then it all washed down. There's a river behind us, and so our river is still pretty flooded. I mean, thankfully we live in the flood, beyond the floodplain, so we're never worried about it. Okay. So let's put this away. And then what I need to do is grab out some score tape. Okay, so now for this, I'm going to wrap it around. So what I'm going to do is just kind of set it on there and mark where I'm going to wrap it. Oh, that'll be great. Oh my gosh, it's so springy. Because obviously it's vellum. Any sort of adhesive that you use on the front is going to show through, which is why I like to wrap it around. Even this heavyweight vellum will show its adhesive behind it, unless you do adhesive, like if you stick it through like a sticker machine, a Xyron sticker maker. So many people in Ohio, I had no idea. I think the only thing I've ever done is driven through Ohio. No, wait, I take that back. I think when my husband was in his original training in Kentucky, we went to a theme park in Ohio, I think. All right, so now I'm just going to wrap that around. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so loving this. I'm like McDonald's over here. I'm loving it. Okay. So now I probably won't put it down on top of there just yet. I think what I'll do is I'll get my base ready. So here's my base. It's just some more watercolor cardstock, and I am going to, before I go ahead and, I'm going to stamp those tulips down at the bottom. Let's do it. And I know that does not fit on that stamp block, but I don't need the whole thing. So I'm just going to use my Saltwater Taffy, and then we'll just stamp it across the bottom. Maybe that's a bit much, but I like it. Okay. So now, so basically I cut this out of watercolor cardstock, and it is 7 by 10 inches. And then we're going to just score it at 5 inches. If I can find my bone folder. You'd be high seeing all these tulips. You're in southern Louisiana, close to New Orleans. Oh, well, I'm in Alabama, Barbara, so don't feel bad. You're not alone. Crafters Day at Kings Island. Look at y'all planning stuff. You plan something, I'll head on up there. How about that? Oh, I want one of the sentiments on the inside. So I'm going to stamp the first blooms of spring always makes my heart sing. I like that. So let's take off the greetings. And then we'll just use that same VersaFine Clair in here. And I'll do it down here, which is a little bit different. You entertain yourselves through the dreary weather. Ah, that's funny. Okay. Once again, let's make sure. Thanks, Deanna. You like the tulips on the inside? Thanks, Natalie. Yep, I think I like that. I think that looks, it's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and start gluing stuff down. So I'll glue down my little frame first. Once again, sticking to my Barely Art glue. Y'all know me, and if I tried to use a tape runner, this thing would be, I'd have to rip it up. I'm not great at getting it on the first time, so I think we're doing okay here, though. There we go. Okay. Kings Island. Yes, that was the name of the amusement park. Very good, James. Your lilies are peeking through. All right, we'll just pop this down on top. There we go. Okay, but I want to add some embellishments. So I pulled out these fun little Andesine Aura is what I believe they're called. And so let me pop some of those in here, and then we can add a few of those. Oh, what is Stamp Away, Pam? Tell me more. We'll add a few on the flowers too, because I always think that's pretty when folks do that. Oh, I love these gems. Making my heart happy. We'll need to put a few over here too, just the way it is. All right, you're planning a trip. What paper did you use to make the green frame? Okay, so I could not find it. I've had this paper for a while. It is a tonic paper. It's a specialty card, and it was called Emerald Hessian is what it was. I like that y'all are planning a getaway. You plan something, let me know. If I can make it work, I would totally do that. You know, I'd planned something, but we're headed down to a little place in Georgia that I don't know that many people would want to come to, so. Oh, yes. Good old stamp conventions. I've been to homeschool conventions, never went to a stamp one though. So I'm excited to go to Creativation in April and hopefully share some stuff with y'all. Maybe there'll be some new things. So I can share some pictures. Maybe we can do some lives from Creativation. We'll see. Okay. Almost forgot about these ones here. Wouldn't that have been fun? Pick up the card and the last few gems just fall off. Okay, I think that does it. Yes, it is. Very exciting, James. I wish I had waited for the crystal-filled pickup tool from Trinity. Hey, you know what? Honestly, I like having more than one. I don't know why. I just like having them. I have them both sitting right here. See? I like them both. I just grab this one always first because it's right there. Okay, so I kind of like that. I'm kind of happy with it. That's our card. Yeah, Bonnie, I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun. Come to the Netherlands to see all those flower fields. Oh, that would be wonderful. Yay! Thanks, Carol. Ooh, Kim, that'd be fun. I'd have done that and had bling everywhere. I almost did, Tara. Okay, well, I would love to send this to one of y'all. So anybody who commented, and yeah, I'll randomly pick one from the comments, but be on the lookout. Thank you, Poppy. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Thea. Kitty. Thanks, Candy and Marie. Bonnie. Thank you. Yeah, 4 or 5 might be 4 might be 5 soon. That's funny. Always watch for the hummingbirds come back. Yes. Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to post from Creativation. Anyway, so I will post a winner on my community page, and I'll also do it on my Facebook page, not my personal Facebook page. There is, I mean, people friend me on Facebook, and I accept it. But if you're looking for anything craft related, it is Cassie's Paper Piecings. I have a link down below at the very bottom. You can go there, and I'll post it there too, because I know that Carol has a hard time from her iPad seeing the community page, and I understand that. So I'll have those post, but don't you worry, Carol, I already have your address. So if you win, it'll just go to you. But yes, so either head to the community page or the Facebook page and take a look there. I don't do it on Instagram. I don't know why, mostly because I think it's but I should do it on Instagram. That's a good point, as I'm thinking that through, because I should post the card anyway. All right. Well, anyway, y'all, I'm going to go so that James can take me for some dinner, because, feed me and tell me I'm pretty, and I'm good to go, and buy me crafts. So we're happy. Yeah. It may be. You never know. All right. Well, thank you all for spending some of your Friday with me. It just does my heart so good to see so many of you in here. And then you guys building a community amongst yourselves, talking about the different things. I love that. I love it so much. You'll stalk our Thanks, Carol. But yeah, so there it is. Oh, I was going to make you know what? I won't do it here, but I already have all the stuff to make the envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and make the envelope while we're off screen, because I've already kept y'all long enough. But so here it's going to be a matching envelope, but I am going to stick it inside, and I have these linked down below. I'm going to stick it inside of a clear envelope that fits perfectly for these 5x7. So if that's something that you're looking for, these are amazing. I've already sent them through the mail, and it works great. All right, so I'll make that. I'll post hopefully by Sunday or Monday. I'm not always the best at it. And yeah, thanks for chatting, everybody. Go off and be amazingly creative like I know you are. I know y'all have some amazing plans. Go do it. Have fun. And know how loved you are. And I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.